And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Leo. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, one-on-one readings are made available again. So either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set that up, okay? What are we looking at in this round of reads? This is going to be your one-to-one for this month. Just like I said with the reawakening, the as things change reads, we're switching things up where we'll have the one-to-ones more towards the beginning. I've been asked to do that a little bit more. So we're going to have the one-to-ones more towards the beginning and switch up the orders. One-to-ones is a style of reading that I have where we have one person over here, another entity over here, and we see what's going on between point A and point B, right? One-to-one. As a caveat to this style of reads, two main things. The first, I hesitate to call them love readings because they're not always lovely, right? When we get to this type of read, it tends to be more intimately involved, but it doesn't always guarantee rainbows and sunshine. The second, and I promise you, the second one is a big caveat. It doesn't always have to be about love, right? It could be about friendship, a person you just met, a family member, et cetera, just what is the most prevalent relationship between two separate parties at this time. So as a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I have to work through all 12 signs. I do not have the time for that, but what we will do instead is lay our cards out on the table, and good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we'll talk about it. Because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one. So follow along with me in your one-to-one read today, Leo. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. You'll be over here. Your person's going to be on this side, okay? Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for the Leo Collective in their one-to-one read. Okay. Queen of Cups, showing the big open heart, and on their side, Eight of Wands. Okay, nice. So you were feeling more comfortable to have a more honest and discerning conversation, whereas I think the person kind of nudged you in that direction, Leo, to where it's like, okay, I feel safe here, I feel comfortable here, let's talk about it. Now, does that necessarily mean it's all going to go right or in the most idealistic circumstance? No. But what I am seeing on your side, especially, is that you feel more than happy enough to express, here's where I'm at, here's what's going on. And their Eight of Wands over there looking back at you, hey, I'm going to be honest here too. Does that mean they're matching your energy? Not necessarily, but it means that, hey, at least we got an environment where we can be directly communicative with one another. Now that we have two parties on the board, point A and point B, let's look at what's I like to call the fronts and backs, or the things that we don't immediately say and the things that's being directly said between the two people, right? So show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Leo on their fronts and backs of their one-to-one reading. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Leo? Okay. Six of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So we've been building this up for a while. Trying to say what we mean and mean what we say. Because that the reason I'm saying that, Leo, is because that Six of Pentacles is in your back or the space behind you. There was work done behind the scenes every day to build up to this moment here. So, hey, I get that. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Leo in this read. Okay, that's great. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Leo in this read? Boom. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. The foundation of everything that can be built after. Interesting. On their side? Judgment. The second highest of the major arcana. What's held in the behind? The Knight of Cups. Ah. Oh, that's so nice. Well, so both two parties nervous to say the obvious. One party went on the other to finally say yes. I don't know what's going on here, Leo, but I'm looking at a person where, and I'm getting more of the sense of an intimate partner here, to be totally honest. I'm looking at, hey, I didn't present this opportunity to you because I didn't know if it was right for us just yet. So I'm going to build up every day and things that you don't even see yet to say, here's what I have to offer. I'm giving my best self here and now. On their side, they were kind of waiting on it. They didn't let you know it, which is the most interesting part. That Nine of Cups, wanting to just wait for that right moment to say the right thing, to do the right thing. Yeah, here's where we are and here's what's going on. They were waiting on you to say what they felt. Were you picking up what they were putting down? That's so lovely. And individual positions, show each party's position in this read. Show us cards we need to see, please. Okay. Four of Cups on your end. How so? What's going on over there? The Moon, card of Pisces. The things we may still not even understand. I mean, yeah, Leo, if it didn't turn out exactly as we wanted, and I don't think this is tied to their response, to be totally honest. I think when we put the label of perfectionism of everything has to be perfect before I say or do anything, that is automatically going to set up for failure and disappointment. Whereas on their end, they accept that, hey, there's things that I don't know or still understand, but I'm willing to explore it with you if you're there. I'm willing to give it a shot if you want to try. I like that. I do. Does it directly solve all of your worries or concerns? No, because you're still rooted in this idea of perfectionism. And I think we kind of locked into that modality to say, I only am good when I'm at my ideal best. Whereas this person just wants to see how they can grow with you. So we embrace the unknown here, even if it's uncertain. Underneath it all, Seven of Swords. Okay. And that's an interesting concept because what we're saying now is that both parties see the uncertainty, but they're taking in wildly different directions. On your end, you're chalking all your efforts and everything that you work towards up to a lie, which is not entirely true at all. I don't want you to be down on yourself. On their end, hey, if you can't give yourself a break, well then what would that mean for us, right? In other words, it's your hesitancy in this moment right now because of your ideal perfection that's making it harder for them to accept something they already said they were comfortable with. I think you're putting everything on a pedestal is only guaranteeing that something's going to get knocked down. Okay. Now that we have point A and point B, 1-1, looking at each other, let's do 1-1 with shared in between. Show us cards we need to see, please, in the in-between space between Leo and their person. The cards we need to see, please, in this read between Leo and their person. I'll give it one more shuffle. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Leo in this read? Nice. Okay. Four of Swords. Lesson in relaxation, or just letting things be. Six of Swords. Now that we establish, we move forward, we move on. Ten of Pentacles. Remember the goal, remember the dreams, remember everything that we planned. Five of Pentacles. That's why. That makes so much sense what's going on right here, right now. I'll get back to that in a second. And the last, the Five of Wands. Okay. So, underneath it, Queen of Swords. Yeah. This spells out a lot more than earlier, but it makes total sense why you had this idea of perfectionism here, Leo. Um, the reason why you wanted this idea of perfection because you were shooting on a dream, but more than that, there's definitely been, if not financial, then some sort of career or material hardships that's been happening. To be honest, in both sides, but whereas this person over here has been trying to reassure you love don't cost a thing, you've been trying to save that to them. Yeah, but it has to cost something, right? And so this idea of I had to be perfect and right for this, whereas they said, no, I accept things where they are. How do we move and build with it? Is create tension because it's like, well, do you like me right now? Because I'm feeling kind of bummy, right? I'm not feeling like I'm accomplishing much. I'm not feeling like I'm where I should be monetarily or by circumstance, and it created a rift, right? Now this person is constantly reassuring you, hey, we can get past this, we can move on from this. How then do you come to believe that? Because I'm getting the feeling that this is sparking unintentional arguments because they're not changing their answers, you're just not believing it. And that's why the Queen of Swords in the underneath, both parties said what needed to be said, but now how do we accept the things that we don't know or the things that we may not even like about ourselves in this moment? Good. Last, define the major arcana string across the table as move towards resolution in this reading. We will first look at, there's only two. Judgment. Why judgment for Leo's person as a direct communicative? So it's cards we need to see please define judgment in this reading. Empress. Yeah. Because above all, I value you incredibly highly, and I see not only your potential, but where you can go with this. I just need you to see it too. And to their moon, the Lovers. I'm more than willing to explore this pathway for you, but you gotta let me in. I can't work with what I don't have. So in resolution, Seven of Pentacles. We accept everything that it takes to have not only this relationship, but our next steps in life that we combine together, work on, etc., etc. And the World, a new journey begins, in spite of all the conflict that we may have originally perceived. Underneath it all, Five of Wands. Hey, remember, above all else, the conflict is not with each other, it's with the problem. As long as we can center on the problem that's happening and not aim that as as ammunition towards one another, we'll remember what the purpose is. So here's a recap of the read, Leo. You're having some self-doubts, particularly in a career path or a dreams pursuit, that led to what was originally a rift between you and your person. On their end, they've been waiting for you to pursue this, knowing that it'll be a rocky road ahead, but they still want to trust you and still want to support your dreams because, again, they love you and they're here for you. It couldn't be any more simple. But in the in-between, is it a fight with them or a fight with the pedestal that you placed everything on? Because I don't think any of this anger is geared towards them. I think it's more geared towards, I made this impossible deadline for myself. I put things in such a harsh framework, and then when I fall short, I say nobody wants me, but you're still here. So is it that they don't love and support you, or that we need to reconfigure and why we take this action towards self-isolation in the first place? Just something to look at. That's why I have to read to the Leo. I hope this conversation helped. And is it going to be perfect? No. But does it have to be equally? No. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.